Hey, good morning, folks. It is January 2nd. We are back down here in Oxford with the goal of finishing up as best as we possibly can, not best as we possibly can, finishing up everything from today. That goes with drilling through here on the wall, putting the other mounts up here, straightening up the TV. I did stop at Lowe's on the way here, got the locking nuts that I'm gonna put in, but the main thing I'm gonna focus on is drilling through here, putting the struts on here, locking down everything, putting the mount up there, and then we have to figure out the TV because my help decided not to, their schedule got mixed up, so I'm gonna figure out the other TV, get up in the ceiling, make the holes for the cables, drop them down. And in my rush, that extra cable that I ordered to run the TV directly did not come. Actually, not did come, I left it at home. But we already had our original cable, so we're gonna figure that out. I'm gonna widen the hole up here, move my ladder so I can go up and put conduit here. I'm gonna run 2 HDMI cables. One is gonna be to the main, to the splitter, what I originally had, run another one up, and that's the one we're gonna run over to that TV that we'll, that's how we'll do the other stuff. And if need be, if that other cable comes in, if that gives any issues, we could just come in and get another cable, run it, pull it that way, but we'll get everything up in place. So let me move my ladder. Actually, since my ladder's over here, let me put the locking nuts up on here, and then I will relocate to the other side. We'll drill through, put the mounts up, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, we got that one on there. Yeah, it's not even on this side, but I would hope nobody's looking at that. But it just kind of bent when we came through, so it's not even, it's not level on this side, but it is level on the side with the TV. So that part is done. Now what we need to do is go back up in the ceiling, open up a hole, drop down this cable, and see, I think I had one of the long pieces of conduit left. I want to see how high that would get me, because it's going to be a little bit difficult to try and do the little pieces of conduit that I have all the way up there. We only got to hold one cable here, so I'm going to see how high up this will get me. Let me set you down here. So I want to make sure how high up we can get with this. And then if this works, then I'll just go back to Lowe's and get another one piece of this. And then I'll put that up on the other side where the other TV is. And let's get my level. Yeah, this will work real good, because then I don't have to worry about going super high with this. Now the main thing is for us to get this level. And then we'll put the extension up so that we can get up here and put this up higher. We'll screw into the plaster for this. All right, so that is good. Does that look straight? From that perspective, does that look straight? Does this look straight from your perspective?
It's not that bad. Tom can move just a little bit.
Okay. So when I do my extension and when I screw these into the wall, I'll pull that other one over a little bit, but I'm gonna go back and get another piece like that to hide the cables over there. That way I don't have to go all the way up. I'm gonna drill a hole here, drop that cable down here, and then figure out how to get on the other side of that where the camera is. So let's measure over from there, and then we'll climb up, see what we can do, and then run the cables, and then see what we can do about eliciting some help down here for this last TV, and then we'll be good to go. Center. All right, folks, so these are all my cables running in there. I know my camera is in the way, but again, we got plenty of space, but we ran everything here. I was able to repurpose the 100 foot that I already had. That's going to the TV all the way over here. And the 250 feet, I put a coupler on there, and that goes to this TV because it was just short of the hole that I made this inside the booth. I also ran the 150 foot Ethercon cable here in the ceiling as well too. So I should not have to come back up here. But even if I did, it would only have to be maybe one more trip. And I am being very, very careful to make sure I'm walking the right way. So like I said, there's my coupler that I did on the HDMI. We did electrical tape on there, so that's not going to come loose at all. And let's get over here. Being careful and taking my time. We made a hole right over there. That's right at the edge of the balcony. That's where all the cables are running through. We still got a bunch of slack left over in the cables. So the front camera, let me turn you around. The front PTZ camera cables, those are ran. I just need to terminate them and get down here so I can get up out of here. So all of that stuff is ran. Let me get down here. So like I said, we have our cables ran right there. I'm gonna run and connect the other one. Got to terminate the cables, then get up there, connect that up to the PTZ just to make sure that it's working. Then we'll worry about trying to drill a hole through there and get the cables where they need to be. So I misspoke. I said an Ethercon cable. This is just a shielded Cat 6, so it doesn't have the lock. Still the exact same thing. I don't know why they try and charge so much just for the lock part of it, but let's go ahead and hook this up. And then we get sound, and we gotta figure out what to do next. Looks like the conduit that I had got pulled loose. I don't know what was up with that, but we have to adjust that as well too. Alrighty, so one thing you didn't see, they plan on putting a door here to secure up here. That is not gonna be me, has to do that, but we got that up there. I temporarily connected the shielded cable down to the S16. So if we turn on everything, there we go. System is on. As long as we get a connection under routing, I don't know. I mean, I have no reason why the cable wouldn't work. So there it is. So we got a connection, so that cable is good. All I need to do now is terminate the cable for the front PTZ, which I already have it hooked up. I haven't drilled the cables. I haven't drilled a hole through there yet. Was just doing this temporarily to make sure, because I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to do that, because that is solid brick that I'm going to be drilling into. So just try to figure out what's the best way to do that, because then I would have to, because the issue is my ladder is tall enough to get up there. The thought was I was going to drill a hole, run the cables through, then put a plate over top of it, a 1-gang surface mounted box, and then that would be fine to cover up everything. And I probably still can do that. Like I said, I'm trying to avoid having to get super, super high up in the ladder, and it's just me. So let's make this connection, and once we do that and plug it into the switch, we should have our fourth and final camera up and running. Then I got to adjust it. Remember, we already set the IP addresses for everything when we did this a while ago. So all I got to do is remote in and flip the camera upside down and make sure the joystick can talk to it, which it should. And then we have to tackle how we're going to route those cables to the wall. All right, got a connection. Camera is moving. Look for an image right there. Yay! So we're good. I need to log in and do that, and I don't know why all these TVs keep doing updates. So anyway, let's flip that around, and then that's good to go. Alrighty, so I haven't been recording that much, but we got Conduit ran all the way here. When I added everything, this last Ethercon cable couldn't fit in there nicely, so we'll figure that out. But I got all the cables ran in here, got the conduit ran here. I want to see if I can find an off-white piece of conduit here, or honestly maybe paint that, because when I look up here you really can't see anything once I started getting into the wall. So let me see if I can zoom in here. So like to that corner, it's conduit right there, but you could barely see that. So I'm wondering if I get some paint for, at least for the HDMI cables, wonder if that would work. Or I mean, not for the HDMI, I mean, meaning for the center camera. Because if I pull those cables tight, and that's what I meant to do, is pull up all the extra slack in the cable up there. And like, let me actually do it from here, because this is actually going to be easier for you to see. Let's go to camera number 1. Let's go to camera number 2 instead, because of the angle. So right here. So the idea is with this cable right here, if I pull that taut and I tack that down and wrap it around that and paint that, you won't be able to see that. That's what I'm thinking. But again, I want to make sure that that's fine, because right above that right here, that's solid brick. That's going to be a pain to try and get through. I could do that, but again, I want to try and see what's the easiest thing, because if I ran that through there, tack that down, the cables here, and paint all of that off-white, you're not going to be able to see that. But I want to make sure they're fine with that. I ended up calling Mr. Cooper. That is my contact that was down at New Hope, that's down the street from here. I'm going to see if I can get him to come in here and help me hang this last TV is worst case scenario, then I would have to make this day 7. So that would either have to be late Friday afternoon or late Saturday afternoon to do that, or possibly even Sunday. I do have some other stuff I have to do in Richmond on Saturday. So, I mean, I got the other TV hooked up on the floor to make sure that there were no cracks in it. So the TV is fine. That is fine. It looks like I left my crimp tool. I must have left it at home. But I have a whole bunch of extra Ethernet cables that I need to shorten. So that is for the side PTZs. So I need to shorten those cables so that way we won't have all of this extra just all on the floor. I'll shorten those and then run those right into the rack. So all of this is not needed. Trying to think what else. We'll clean up all the other cables. Excuse me. Cables in there. Like I said, it's always the small stuff. I put the plate downstairs. They're not able to locate the remote for the TV. Don't know what happened with that. So working on that. This is the one for the back TV. Might want to put Velcro on it or something like that, but we got that there. And what is sound is coming into the system, but I have no idea where it's coming from the computer. Excuse me. So I'm just trying to think what else we got. Mr. Cooper said he'll be here in an hour. Need to see what else we can get done that's inside of my control. I mean, on this side, we've been pulling these cables as well too. Running all the cables here. We're going to shorten those. I have extra conduit ran all the way there. I have my little T bracket that's going to go down. And then these 2 cables that are going here, that's how that's going to connect. One of them is going for the access point, and then the other one that I actually did run up under the carpet, that's going downstairs. So probably I'm just going to cut the cable. Yeah, I'm probably going to cut the cable up here somewhere and then just put like another T right here, and then I'll do a coupler or something right there so that will work. Or I might just run it here and put that other box that I'm probably not going to use right there and put it there. But anyway, we're going to shorten up all these cables. And then we should be good to go. And then we got to come back here and do some training for them. I mean, we did some training, but I really think they're still streaming with their phones. So I want to do a refresher with them to show them how to stream with their ATEM and everything like that. They have a Facebook account. They set up a YouTube, a Google account, but they have not created a YouTube channel yet. So I might go ahead and actually start that, and then we can come in and rename it for them, so it gives them some time to count down for the 24 hours that's needed for everything like that. But let me start cleaning my stuff up. I'm gonna go back in the ceiling one more time. Let me pull the slack on that cable, and then let's see what they think about that as an option instead of drilling through the walls and all that other stuff. Alright folks, so we just went to the store, got another piece of conduit, and then I also got some paint to see if we can match this color. So the idea is the part of the wall that I can't reach, maybe we can spray paint it so that it's not as visible. And of course, this thing would break off. All right, so I had to relocate this because I didn't want the paint to drip on the floor. But let's see how close this matches. Again, once you're so far away, it's not really that noticeable. So if I paint all the way through that, that should go through at least somewhat. So I'll let them see about that, but let's get the ladder over here. Let's put this other piece of conduit up here and then get the cables and then pull up the slack and then figure out what to do with the cables with the camera in the front. And I'm probably gonna come here Sunday so I can help them live stream with the equipment first, and then maybe finish up any of the remaining stuff that we got here. Alrighty folks, so as you can see, we got our TVs done, we got all that stuff straight. Most likely what we're gonna do is paint the cables to hide the rest of that. From up there, we pulled everything. I tacked this down up here in front. We're gonna do the same thing with that front one. With the back, we got pretty much everything. They set up the YouTube channel, but it's going to be 24 hours before it can be used. So that is going to be squared away. I have no idea when they're going to be done with this, but we're going to add one more day to this. But with that day, I'm going to be here with them. I haven't done it in a while just because we've been busy, but I'm going to be down here with them Sunday they will use their old stuff, but I'll be live streaming with on YouTube to get them straight. I'm trying to turn the sound on. There it goes. So we're gonna do that. And got a couple other things. They wanted me to make some changes. So the S16, we configured it for a guitar, a bass, and another instrument. And like I said, I'm gonna come back on Sunday afternoon. That's when we're gonna finish the conduit all the way over here, shorten up all the cables, paint the cable up there. Don't worry about drilling through the wall unless they really want to. And they pretty much said it's only gonna be probably one person that might have a concern with that. But I got some stuff I need to order, bring with me on Sunday, and then I think that is good. Definitely got to take care of the guitar because I was making that noise, but when everybody plugs in, we'll take care of that. But very productive day. Just like I said, just a few things, but then we can help them with using the equipment and live streaming as well too on Sunday. So I will have you here with a behind the scenes where we wrap up everything. So see y'all on Sunday.